What is up, Yugioh players and bronies like Dracowing here again, and this time with a new deck profile for Blue Eyes White Dragon, or specifically Blue Eyes Felgrand. And before I get to the deck profile and some other things, I'll start for the thing. Anyways, well, let's just go ahead and get into it. Three. For the starters, we have 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons, the main star of the deck. Sorry, try to center with my camera. And then we're playing 3 Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragons. Sorry about the glare, it's the flash on the camera. But the reason you play him is he's basically a free special summon. If you reveal one of the Blue Eyes in your hand, Blue Eyes White Dragon in your hand, you destroy something instantly. Won't be able to attack, but he's still good to have on hand for that. Plus his summoning condition, you can only summon him. He must first be special, though. He must first be special summoned by revealing one of them. It does say you can only special summon him once that way. So, say you have one in your hand, one in your graveyard. You can special summon the one from your graveyard if it was summoned with the right way first, and you can still. Then you can still special summon the other one from your hand. I was confused in that ruling at first, and for anyone who doesn't know about it, I did clarify. I talked to Yugioh judge at my locals, and a friend of mine. They did clarify that's how the ruling works. Then I play 3 Dragon Spirit of White. Most people from what I've seen, play 2. I like to play 3 because since this is Blue Eyes Felgrand, it focuses half on half of graveyard, and I usually get this guy out from the graveyard, and so I like to pitch him. That's why I play 3 of him. And plus, both of his effects, they don't say they can only be used once per turn or once per turn. They just can go off as many times as they want. So if you play it right, you can get one out over and over again. And then just keep banishing your opponent's battle traps, which is what he does. If he's normal or special, you can tribute. You can target one spell card or spell or trap your opponent controls and banish it. And then his other effect is that during the guard player's turn, you can tribute him to special Blue Eyes White Dragon from your hand. Since it says during the guard player's turn, it's a quick effect. I don't really use that effect. I did it mostly today at my locals, but yeah. And then that's it for the big Blue Eyes monsters. And then for the tuners, we are playing. In a minute, let me get them all up. Oh, and also sorry if you can hear the fan in the background. It's kind of hot up in my room. And then for the tuners, we are playing the White Stone of the Ancients. This is a really good card to have because it's during the end phase. If it was sent to the graveyard that turn, you can special any Blue Eyes monster from your deck. And it doesn't have to be, say it has to be sent a certain way, just if it was sent there. So you can set it face down and have your opponent destroy it by battle for it to get its effect off. Or you can send it when it's being used for a synchro summon, which is really good. Or you can pitch it with the next, you can send it with the effect of the next card, Sage with the Eyes of Blue. The reason I use him is because when he's normal summon, you can search out any level 1 light tuner. Basically all the tuners that go with this deck. And his discard effect works pretty much with White Stone, the next tuner, which is up. 3 Maiden with the Eyes of Blue. If you don't know her effect by now, it's that when she's targeted for an attack, you can change your battle position, negate the attack from the special, specifically Blue Eyes White Dragon from your hand, deck, or graveyard. It does specify that because the other Blue Eyes support wasn't out when she came out, even in OCG. So yeah, that's the only reason why. And when she's targeted, you can still do the same. When she's targeted, you can special one from your hand, deck, or graveyard, Blue Eyes White Dragon. And since that's a quick effect, you can activate Sage's effect to discard it and target her, then activate her effect or response to special summon. Plus, she's a good backup tuner. Sometimes she gets in my hand when it's not necessary, But usually I can kind of just sit on her. But usually I can pretty much just sit on her and wait. And wait to see what my opponent does. And that is it for the tuners lineup and the actual Blue Eyes hat portion. Next is from the new structure deck, for the Dragon structure deck that came out. 2 Divine Dragon Lord Felgrand, one of my favorite cards out of the, possibly my personal favorite out of the new structure deck. His effect is that if he's special, and he's actually a lot better than old Felgrand, because old Felgrand's special summoning condition was ludicrous and they didn't choose to errata it. And new Felgrand is better because you don't have to special summon from graveyard, though you're going to anyways. And because his effect is if he special summoned from the graveyard, he can target one monster your opponent controls or is in their graveyard and banish it, and he gains attack and defense equal to that monster's level times or rank times 100. So, and it's a permanent, so it can be a permanent beat stick just to sit on. It's not only make it hard for your opponent to attack over, but easier for you to attack over other stuff. His other effect, if he destroys an opponent's monster by battle, you can, and doesn't have to be sent graveyard, just if he destroys it by battle, you can special any level 7 or 8 drag type monster from your graveyard. And he's really good. He's good high level dragon support. And this was at 3, but I had to take it out for 1 copy of the next card, which is Archbrave Dragon. And I'll admit that since Adam, the deck's a little slower than I like it, but the way Archbrave Dragon works, but it still plays how it's supposed to. And Archbrave Dragon skill, it's not skill effect. Sorry, anyways, sorry I said skill. I was thinking of a different game. Anyways, then Archbrave Dragon's effect is that his first, if he's special from the graveyard, you can banish as many face-up spell or trap cards your opponent controls as possible, and he gains 200 attack and defense for each. Or if you do, then he does. And yeah, so, and that attack gains permanent. But I mostly use him for a secondary effect that during the standby phase, if he's in the graveyard because he was sent there last turn, you can target any level 7 or 8 dragon. You can target one level 7 or 8 dragon in your graveyard, except for another of him. Special summon. Oh yeah, that reminds me of him. Archbrave Dragon's effect. Not Archbrave, Felgrand's effect. The dragon he summons from the grave after he destroys a monster by battle cannot be another one of him. Archbrave can't summon another Archbrave. But it's really good because it says the standby phase, you can do it on your opponent's standby phase, not just yours. Which makes it a really good high-level dragon support, just like Felgrand. Then 3 Paladin of Felgrand, because he equips any of your boss drags you want, pitching him to the graveyard faster, or just make him make him unaffected by monster effects. His main effect, attribute himself and another monster I don't use, because I don't run the continuous spell anymore, which I did when the structure deck first came out, but I had to take it out for a further Blue Eye support, some other stuff. But yeah, he's basically there just to get your cards to the graveyard faster. And that's it for the monster lineup. And then for spells, it's pretty basic. It's pretty basic for this deck. 3 Return the Dragon Lords, target 1 level, which if you don't know this by now, it's just target any 1 level 7 or 8 drag type monster in graveyard, special summon it. Then if a dragon type monster or monsters, meaning it could be multiple dragons, or just it is destroyed by battle or by card effect, you can banish this card from your graveyard instead. So it's good protection. It's a good way to get something back from your graveyard. And then next we play 2 Dragon Shrine. One of the main, which sends any drag type monster you control from the deck to the graveyard. And then if that dragon is a normal monster, you can send another dragon. And that's based on one of the plays I do. Like if I'm doing it as a setup play, I'll always send Dragon Spirit of White. And then since that's treated as normal in the graveyard, I send Whitestone. And the ruling, it says if it is, not if it was a normal. It says if it is. And it'll be a normal when it hits graveyard because it's treated as a normal monster while in hand. Because Dragon Spirit of White's treated as normal on hand or grave. So if you send this, I just usually send White Stone of the Ancients, which is what I usually do early game. But if it's like mid to late game, I'll just send this and then Arc Brave Dragon. I usually don't send regular Blue Eyes White Dragon with it because I like to keep one in hand. I like to keep one Blue Eyes White Dragon in hand so I could summon an alternative dragon that way. At least one alternative dragon that way as much as possible. And then that's the reason I play that. Next we play 2 Silver Scry. Since though there's a good amount of normal dragons in this deck, not all of them. And plus you have other ways of getting them out, so yeah, so one's not enough, and 3 would probably be a little cloggy, so I only play 2. Next we play 2 Traded, just to pitch all your level 8 dragons that you want in the graveyard to the graveyard to draw 2 cards exchange. Double Twin Twisters. If I had enough room to bump this up to 3, I probably would, but I don't, so I only play 2 because you get to send one of your cards that you want in the graveyard to the graveyard, and then destroy 2 spell or trap cards your opponent controls, which is very helpful. And then the last one I play is Raigeki, just because why not? It's Raigeki, and it clears your opponent's field. Then I only play 3. Then that's it for spells. The only traps I play are Call the Haunted, since I base it around summoning dragons from grave. I don't play any of their traps. If Solemn Strike wasn't so expensive, I'd probably find a way to put that in. But it is, so that's it, what it is. Just 3 Call the Haunted. And that's it for the main deck. And for the extra deck, before I get into the extra deck, I want to let you know it's only 14 cards right now, and when I do get this one card that came out, Dragons of Legend, the new one, called the Galaxy Eyes Cipher Dragon, I will be putting that in, but for now it's only a 14 card extra deck, but it works pretty well. I play 3 Blue Eye Spirit Dragon. This is good because it counters basically the previous meta and some of the new one. Its effects are basically, and again, sorry about the glare, that while it's on the field, neither player can special summon 2 or more monsters at a time, so you can only special summon 1 at a time, so it shuts down any pendulum decks, almost any pendulum deck, basically. And so their effect is that if during the other player's turn, when a card effect activates in the graveyard, he can automatically negate it. And then his other effect is that during our player's turn, you can tribute him Special Eddy, Light Attribute, Dragon Synchro from your extra deck. But it's destroyed during the end phase. But if you go for the only one I play right now, then you don't have to worry about the destruction effect because it won't be. But he's really good to have, and since they say during the other player's turn, it is a quick effect. And next is the monster that I get out with Blue Eye Spirit Dragon's effect. Azure Eye Silver. His effect is that when he special summon dragon type monsters you currently control, cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects. And usually he may be the only one. And then because of that, because of how it's worded, I think it's the dragons that you currently controlled when he was summoned, not any others that come after that are protected by his effect. And his other effect is that during your standby your standby phase, if you're the one controlling this, you can target 1 normal monster in your graveyard and special summon it, which is what I usually do, because if I summon on my opponent's turn, he's still safe from lob special summoning. When the old school way was, you summon on your turns, protect for 2 turns, then you summon on your turn after the effect's gone away. But the Spirit Dragon just makes the protection feel like it lasts a little bit longer. And then I play only 1 level 8 Scarlet Red, because he destroys as many. His effect is that it was winter. yeah, is that once per turn, you can, he's treated as just Red Dragon Archfiend also. And, once per turn, you can destroy as many special summon monsters, effect monsters, on the field as possible. And then if you do, you inflict 500 damage to your opponent for each destroyed by this effect. The monster you destroy have, except for him, of course, and they all have to have attack equal to or less than his, which is really good. Because and then he can still attack, so you can still attack directly if you'd like. This is the only one I play because though I play 2 Arc Braves, I usually don't go into level 8 synchro plays that much, which is why he's the only one I play. And he's really good. He burns for damage. He has high attack. And the other monster I really get out ever, but I still put him in the extra deck. Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon. He's basically the Cyber Twin Dragon of the deck, except he can only attack monsters twice. And you don't have to summon him using a fusion spell. You can just tribute to the fusion materials above, and in which case you don't use polymerization, quoting the card. And then not only can he make 2 attacks on monsters during each battle phase. If he doesn't destroy an opponent's monster by battle, he can banish that monster instead. So I don't usually go into it. I really never go into him, but I still use him because he's Blue Eyes support, and next thing you know, you never know. And then that's it for the sync. That's it for then the rest is Xyz monsters. I play 1 number 38 just to negate spells and attach Xyz material. The second part of his other effect is kind of useless in this deck, but if my opponent attacks the monster that has less attack than him, but more attack the monster is trying to go after, I can detach from him and just still beat over it. And then I play 1 Divine Dragon Knight Felgrand, because he's basically monster protection, and I did check, he can use his effect on himself, because it says you can target 1 monster you control, and during a player's turn those effects are negated. It's unaffected by the card effects. I do know that he can target himself with his effect, make him unaffected. And then the last 4 are just basically the generic generic Galaxy Eyes lineup, Prime Photon, Tachyon, Full Armor, and Dark Matter. And once I get a copy of it, Cypher Dragon will be joining soon. Basically, this is one of the plays I go into. Basically, he's just to make sure my opponent doesn't, basically, these 2 are basically what I like to call the gateway drug to these 2. But, he's there to negate monster effects during the battle phase, so, I don't have to worry about it when he attacks. He's there to become a beat stick. He's there for field clearing. And he's there just to limit my opponent's resources straight from the deck while filling up my graveyard. So, with the stuff I need. So it just makes him good for mid to late game for Arc Brave and possibly Whitestone. So yeah, that's it for the deck profile. If you enjoyed, as always, if you enjoyed, like and subscribe. And despite what I said about some of the MLP stuff, the MLP tribute videos, I don't know when I'll get those out because I am kind of busy. I got work because of work, and I got some other stuff, and I may get a capture card in the future because I do play Monster Hunter, and if you'd like to see any of that, comment down below. And I'll try to invest in a capture card, but I don't know when it'll happen because I got some stuff coming up. I need to save up my money for that. So, as always, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe, and I'll see you later. Peace out.